Welcome to World Knowledge Channel. List of countries holding the most gold in the world, an important indicator in measuring a country's economic and financial strength. Let's learn about these countries and the importance of gold in the global financial system through this video. 1. That is the U.S. reserves of 8,133.5 tons of gold. The amount of U.S. gold reserves updated by WGC as of February 2024 is 8,133.5 tons and accounts for 69.9% of national reserves with a value of more than $500 billion United States dollars. The U.S. is also the country with the largest gold reserves in the world, nearly equal to the next three countries combined. The U.S. Federal Reserve, Fed, also the Central Bank of the United States, holds the world's largest national gold reserve, most of which is stored in gold vaults deep underground in Denver, Fort Knox and West Point. The remainder is used by the U.S. money printing agency, Mint, as raw materials to produce gold bars, gold coin embryos, gold coins. With such an overwhelming amount of gold reserves, it is not difficult to understand that the U.S. has a great influence on the global economy. 2. That's Germany, my friend. It is a liberal democratic and federal parliamentary republic in Central Europe. The German Federation includes 16 states, an area of 357,021 square kilometers, and a temperate climate. With a population of more than 83 million, it is the most populous member state in the European Union. Germany is the country with the second highest number of immigrants in the world after the United States. The capital and largest metropolitan area is Berlin. Bundesbank, Germany's central bank, holds 3,359.09 tons of gold, equal to half of America's gold reserves. The Bundesbank keeps half of its gold reserves in foreign countries such as New York, London and France. In 2012, Germany's gold reserves elsewhere were questioned, when the German Federal Court on Auditing the Bundesrechnungshof criticized the country's gold auditing work. Bundesbank. In response, the Bundesbank affirmed that the security of gold warehouses abroad is guaranteed. More than 583 tons of gold were brought back to the country until 2016. 3. Next is Italy's gold reserves of 2,451 tons. This amount of gold is currently stored in vaults in Rome, the Swiss Central Bank, the U.S. Federal Reserve and the Bank of England. Despite many times of financial difficulties, the Italian government has no intention of selling its gold reserves. 4. France. France, a country with main territory located in Western Europe and many overseas territories. Territory from the Mediterranean to the English Channel and the North Sea, and from the Rhine to the Atlantic Ocean. The 18 regions of France have a total area of 643,801 square kilometers and a population of nearly 67 million people. A unitary semi-presidential republic, the capital Paris is the center of culture and commerce. Other major urban centers are Marseille, Lyon, Lille, Nice, Toulouse and Bordeaux. In the past, Principality France was the place of the Gauls of the Celtic group. Rome annexed the area in 51 BC. The Franks conquered the region and established the Kingdom of France in 486. France won the 100 Years' War, strengthening the country and centralizing politics. Through the Renaissance, France became a global colonial empire in the 20th century. Currently, the French central bank Banque de France holds 2,436.35 tons of gold reserves. This gold is stored in Le Souterrain Gold Vault 27 meters underground in France. France's gold reserves are equivalent to 4% of gross domestic product, GPD. The country's average national gold reserve per capita is 38 grams, person. 5. Russia, Federal Republic with 85 federal entities. Bordering many countries from northwest to southeast, Russia is the largest country in the world with an area of 17,098,246 square kilometers. Population 144.5 million people. This country possesses the world's largest mineral and energy reserves and is an energy superpower. The Central Bank of Russia holds 2,298.53 tons of gold, all stored domestically, most of it in Moscow and St. Petersburg in the form of gold bars with a weight of 1 to 14 kilograms each. As the world's third largest gold producer, Russia has continuously purchased net gold since 2007. Gold reserve purchases were interrupted due to the negative impacts from COVID-19 on the oil industry, Russia's main source of foreign exchange revenue. The Central Bank of Russia temporarily suspended gold purchases in the domestic market in April 2020 but later continued to buy gold for reserves. 6. China reserves 2,113 tons of gold. China is a major player in the gold market, both in terms of production, consumption and reserves. The Central Bank of China, PBOC, recently increased gold reserves to prevent inflation. The China Gold Association said gold consumption demand in this country is currently the largest in the world, with 835 tons in the first 3 quarters of this year, thanks to the increase in the middle class. 7. Switzerland. Switzerland, officially the Swiss Confederation, is a federal republic in Europe. Consisting of 26 cantons, the headquarters of the federal government is located in the city of Bern. The country borders Italy, France, Germany, Austria and Liechtenstein. Switzerland has an area of 41,285 square kilometers and its geography includes the Alps, the Swiss Plateau and the Jura Mountains. Switzerland's 8 million people are mainly concentrated in the plateau area. The largest cities are Zurich and Geneva, 2 global cities and economic centers. The Swiss Central Bank, SNB, has been criticized for its transparency in national gold management. The Swiss Gold Initiative launched in 2011 requires keeping all gold reserves in the country. Although the referendum in 2014 was unsuccessful, the SNB announced more transparency about its gold reserves. 70% of reserves are held domestically, 20% at the Bank of England, BO, and 10% at the Bank of Canada, BOC. Switzerland's gold reserves are 1,040 tons. 8. Japan reserves 845.9 tons of gold. Japan's gold reserves, managed by the Bank of Japan, BOJ, are currently worth $52 billion. The country is home to the famous Hishikari gold mine, which is famous for its high quality. However, due to limited domestic reserves, Japan mainly imports gold. 9. India reserves 800 tons of gold. Official amount of gold, 654.9 tons. Percentage of gold in foreign exchange reserves, 7.5%. In the first half of 2020, the world gold price increased by 16.8% and surpassed all other major assets to become one of the most profitable investment channels. As of July 23, 2020, the price of gold has reached nearly $1,900 per ounce, the highest level since 2012. In October last year, Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced that he wanted to tap into precious metal reserves, aims to reduce physical demand and limit imports by providing alternative investment avenues. Most of the gold they need must be imported. Festivals and wedding seasons in this country are always lucrative business times for gold companies. In the past 2 years, India has bought more than 70 tons of gold even though the country has very few gold mines in operation. Most of India's gold is currently imported from abroad, mainly to meet the jewelry and wealth needs of households instead of keeping it in foreign exchange reserves. Currently, India is the second largest gold-consuming market in the world and is one of the key factors affecting the transaction price of this asset. For a long time, India's central bank has regularly bought gold from the International Monetary Fund, IMF, every time this organization sells it and considers this a safe investment channel. However, New Delhi is very tight-lipped about its plans to buy gold. In the 12th Five-Year National Development Plan, India is expected to develop 33 new mines across the country by speeding up the process of granting gold mining licenses compared to today. 10. The Netherlands reserves 612 tons of gold. In 2014, the Netherlands repatriated 20% of its gold reserves from the vaults of the U.S. Federal Reserve in New York. Over the past few years, the country's gold reserves have not changed. In the global economic and financial situation, gold holdings remain an important indicator of a country's strength. However, this is only a small part of the overall picture, and economic stability, Financial management and monetary policy also play important roles. Still, understanding and tracking fluctuations in gold holdings can provide useful information about the global economic situation and changes in international relations. If you find the video useful, please share with more people and subscribe to the channel. Like and have any questions, please leave a comment below. Thank you for your interest in following. Hello and see you in the next video.